but you called for it, Vedius. You wanted something aggressive. Leona for Ignite in the bot lane. Think back 2 years to when he made his name on this lane has come back before, so I'm sure Odoamne was hoping that the Rogue top laner stayed around.
Now we're seeing something that Inspired did multiple times last week, which is gank bot lane.
Yeah, Ignite going in, has the flash away, but the Updog's going to lock onto him. The Ignite is ticking away, and First Blood will go to Rogue.
Very upset. His teleport's about to come off of cooldown, and with Woolite having the cleanse, so respecting the fact that he is versus Sejuani, they need to make that play before Upset can use a TP.
So a couple of plates have gone down in favor of Schalke, and Strict looking to fight here in the top lane. Vander caught up, stun locked, and they will get the first kill. Inspired's in the right place at the right time, but he is stunned down as well, and Schalke take 2.
So if they can use this Herald to get a good plate gank and get one of these champions like the Lucian Akali.
They just want to kill Trick. They'll take him out. The Rift teleports as well. I believe it was Ignite that took it. Rogue will just fight here as Odoamne comes in, flashes forward with the Nav, and Abadage is caught in the wrong place. And Rogue have welcomed Schalke to the party. They'll rip the heart out of Odoamne. Rogue fight back. Rift Herald used in the bottom lane as Odoamne's trying to force Finn away, but here comes Inspired, locks him up. He's going to use the double bounce to try and get away, but Finn is still on the chase, and Odo should fall here. Inspired lands the chains. Inspired takes the kill. He's 3-1.
And again, think back to how many times Inspired has been right place, right time. Is now top side.
Looking for the solar flare. Woolite trying to put the damage down. The quickness coming out, and Vander and Woolite are doing such amazing work. Schalke overextend, and Rogue take everything. And Rogue are going to get their second dragon of the game. 15 minutes in, they have almost a 3,000 gold lead. And Schalke are left wondering exactly how to get back in this one. They're going to take a tower in the top lane, try and close that gap just a bit.
Well, when we talked about these competitions at the very start of the game, we gave the edge to Schalke in terms of this point. This is supposed to be where, you know, they have a lot of firepower into the lanes. They should have gotten their Lucian, their Akali to that 1 to 2 item power spike, and then they should feel really confident. But because Rogue have matched them basically at every single team fight, suddenly you have a Kai'Sa who's 4-0, you have a Corki sitting on...
On the minimap, you'll see that there is pressure towards the bot side of the map from Schalke. Looks like that they're going to disengage and not run the risk.
Yeah, it's way too dangerous, not only because of the waves on the map, and was kind of checking around that bot lane on Finn before cutting back mid, and they're forcing the engage.
Just go straight in. Upset's all by himself. The new Ignite and Trick were on the side. The solar flare coming out, but the tower isn't doing any damage anymore. Abadage is locked down, and it's already Woolite who has fallen. And now we'll see if Rogue can disengage, because Schalke are on the hunt. Abadage trying to chase in here. Ignite going forward as well. Larson flashes away, but still gets locked up. The blast goes there for them. They'll try and get there. Finn coming in from the side, and it's an all-right brawl in the jungle as Trick falls. Goes golden for the moment. Abadage trying to do what he can from the side, but Trick has already fallen, and now it's a 4v2, 4v1, 4v1 still as Odoamne just about escapes, but in the end it's a 4v9. Rogue take it all, and they turn their eyes to Nasha.
And they don't have their Kai'Sa, but they do have their very fed Corki now. Double Mountain. This is going to be a free objective for Rogue.
Rogue will secure themselves the Baron. They don't need that clever, fancy-pantsy macro stuff. They're just going to dive mid. They're going to find a kill onto Upset, and they're going to convert it into a team fight.
You're in crisis mode if you're Schalke. You can see that they're on the hunt. They're trying to find these flanks. But Rogue, heads up, they know. They have
up against Splice last week in what was a surprisingly quick series. But notice how our fastest game in LEC history was G2 versus OG. The second fastest series, Rogue versus Splice from last week. Look at how their average game time was around 27 minutes, and we're about to hit that benchmark. They still have a minute and a half left on the Baron, and they are not looking to slow down.
Rogue speed ran it last week, 6 minutes slower, but now the fight begins as Schalke going in. Abadage trying to get onto Inspired, but Abadage's almost fallen. Woolite's still alive, and here comes Finn from the side. Trick caught in no man's land. Rogue strike back. 2 for them, and now they're looking for that inhib tower.
Expertly played by Inspired right there. Great use of the stopwatch. Then hits the fade away ult on Schalke there to allow Rogue to turn that play around and start marching up towards this inhib.
This could just be it. A team with 3 rookies on their lineup has really decimated Schalke in this game. They're on the Nexus towers, and Schalke just can't defend. The Cinderella story is continuing here for Rogue as they take game 1 versus Schalke.
excellent game from Rogue. Rely on team fighting is something that happens a lot, and it does need to come out from somewhere. So if it's not coming out from Vanda, it's going to come out from Inspire.
So something that Schalke's
Again, like, that cool working together is what I think we see a lot of from Schalke in the early game.
and kind of tracking Trick's early pathing. He was looking for a gank. I'll hold it though as Inspired goes in.
Lands the stretching strike. Trick will land the smite though, and that means he's going to heal up. Finn was on his way down as well. Can just umbrella dash across the wall, but Trick going in. And Odo there with a flash chase. It's easy enough for Schalke, first blood.
And that's Finn paying.
And they dive this. I feel like it's super dangerous.
I mean, they can, doesn't mean it will work. Flash away from Warlight straight away as Ignar's tanking up the tower. The Ignite is down, but Trick is here in time. 2 kills to Schalke and Vedius. Yes,
But it's an ocean versus something like an Infernal or a mountain.
I don't think they should do
fight
this.
it. Smite comes down from Trick. Ignar jumping in, lands the pulverize, headbutt back as well, but up towards the top side. Abadaga is fighting. The Cullen comes out. Already one is done. Trick gets his 3rd kill of the game. And Rogue, yeah, probably shouldn't have
They're a level 5 Zac against a Lucian with a BF sword.
He's still level
a fully
5.
completed warrior in chat. Oh, and now they're gonna die.
Ignar hex flashes. He says, you approach your tower, I will dive you. And that's exactly what Schalke do. They get another kill on the board. Inspired trying to do what he can.
Bottom gold for upset. If this is a conscious choice, which it does look like it, it just tells me how much more they want to invest in making sure that upset gets snowballed ahead of the clock.
Yeah,
somehow get everything, but unfortunately misplayed the engage up top side. Didn't find it top, didn't find it mid. We're like, okay, I guess
Never mind, it doesn't. There's a fight about to happen.
It was very brief. A very brief moment for you to talk as Vanda face checks. TP coming in behind here. Vanda goes golden for the moment. Glacial Fisher already used. The rest of Schalke on their way, but let's bounce, says Inspired. Larson coming in from the side, and upset is down. Vanda's fallen as well, but now Rogue have found the fight. Abadage has to flash for his life, but the chase is on. Rogue will not give it up without a fight. Rogue do not care about your 5,000 gold lead. They will take your life. Rogue come out on top.
And we have to backtrack to the point at which we said Schalke was making sloppy mistakes. Because if you give Rogue an inch, they will take a whole mile. Beautiful team fight from the side of Rogue. Schalke could not capitalize.
But the Infernal Chains doesn't hit. Odo still looking for that flank position. Inspired, maybe caught out. Does have the flash if he wants to jump away, but instead will use the Let's Bounce. Equalizer coming up, put with the Unbreakable, but Ignar lands onto the Zac. He's already into his Bloblets. Larson trying to take down the Alistair before any more can happen, but Trick has already killed his enemy jungler. Trick uses the Crescent Guard to knock them back, and Rogue cannot find that connection.
Pushed in the bot wave, and it crashed into the tower. So now that's starting to bounce back.
And he's going to meet up with Ignar in the river, forced back just a little bit by him, but a good thing for Rogue is they're still maintaining some...
ARAMing a bit into the mid lane, pushing waves back and forth, and Schalke, we're just going to sit in this position, continue to rinse and repeat this play. Towers fell over.
The biggest problem, never mind, because it looks like we're going to have a fight
There's
in
definitely a fight.
Trick has the flank position, teleport coming in here. Trick goes forward, knocks Warlight back. Warlight will use the Void Tickets, get towards the back line, and now Odoane may be in trouble. Larson low, Abadage low, roll back, but the Infernal Chains, the Ignite is ticking, and Finn in the end will take the kill, but it's answered by 2 in return by Schalke.
And it looks like Schalke walk away on the defensive.
Great stop there by Ignar. Inspired was jumping in, stretching strike, they're pulling him back. Larson's TP'ing in behind this, and now Upset is in for a world of hurt. Shut down. Larson 3-0-2 on this Akali.
But the big issue was that Odo went and responded to the bot wave, and if Odo had been there in the mid lane...
Larson needs a whole culling here. Inspired was looking to here as he's been caught out by Trick. Odoane on the chase as well. The Infernal Chains come down, but Trick is able to dodge away from them, and with the Equalizer, Finn will burn down Trick. And although we're approaching the later portion of the game, and we said Rogue have a scaling advantage, Schalke are sitting in the driver's seat as Trick is caught out. Abadage going forward, steals away the Glacial Fisher, knocks it up, and this will be Inspired falling. He goes into the Globulus, but there's nothing more he can do. Odoane has the flank, and with the Equalizer, he locks up Warlight. Warlight almost takes out Odoane. Finn here with the fight as well, but already Larson's gone down. His first death of this game. Finn trying to defend, but Upset going in for the double kill. Dodges out, and that's Baron for Schalke.
That the Rumble has already joined. He then drops this great Equalizer that prevents Warlight and Vanda from
the team. Now they can look down towards this bottom lane. Ignar once again searching for kills, hunting for his prey in the enemy jungle.
And frankly, the Zac pick just has not worked out for Rogue. They were punished in the early game. It meant that in the mid game that they weren't able to find the necessary team fights that they did outside of that one glimmer of hope into that top side. But otherwise, Schalke looked pretty confident to close the game out at this Baron. If there's a team or if there's a dive from Ignar or a nicely placed Rumble ult, that could be lights out for Rogue.
We discussed earlier whether Schalke showed their peak last week against Vitality. Vedius, you thought they had more to show us. It seems like this game is an indication that they have been keeping a little bit in reserve. Now pushing in 2 lanes, Abadage in the mid. Trick and Upset down towards the bottom side with Odo and Ignar just roaming around. There's the equalizer once again. They're looking for this inhibitor tower. That's all that Schalke want. Break the base open, and now they'll go towards the inhib. They'll take that too.
Rogue trying to live to fight another day there. Don't want to overcommit. They know that if they make a single mistake, it's game over and looking to game 3.
It might just be that even if they don't make a mistake, because Schalke are going in. Ignar with the headbutt pulverize engage. Inspired looking for the long shot, elastic slingshot, won't land it. And meanwhile, in the midst of it all, Finn has fallen. Schalke are just going through Rogue one by one. Now with 2 inhibitors down, they will look towards those Nexus towers.
And Schalke feeling confident after this win. Yes, they slowed down in the mid-game, but Rogue are the final answer.
Larssen trying to get on towards the backline, but already Inspired has fallen. Upset jumping forward, and Larssen will take down one, and now Upset's very low as well. Larssen can't quite get there, and Upset's just going to heal up. He's in the Twilight Shroud, but Trick is on the chase. Good flip away there by Larssen, but it sacrifices his base. The Nexus towers will fall, and Schalke are looking to equalize us. 1-1 is the scoreline after they take down the Nexus.
Out of that headbutt, so he can't get the pulverize down on you. If he is able to close the gap, the Morgana is there as well. So this is going to be a game about the bottom lanes attacking one another. Finally,
it is team fight. So if you're a Schalke fan, you want it to be about Akali.
Trick going in the top lane as the slicing maelstrom comes down. Finn trying to escape, lands the Infernal Chains, but the chase is on. Trick lands the Glacial Prism, and first blood goes to Schalke. Will get it in the end. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Inspired was going for a fight. Ignar able to get away from it, and Rogue will take first tower of the game.
So typically teams would look to trade type of objective, but because of how low the bot tower was, Rogue feel confident to make this play. Schalke, fortunately, do have the Rift Tower for themselves and can look to make the same trade up towards the top side. Without jungler assistance, there's little that Finn can do to stop it, which means that Schalke are staying still very even with Rogue in terms of the early game.
I feel like Finn disagrees with you right now because he's trying to clear out that Rift Tower, but the chase is on. Flash away from the Glacial Prism, but the Slicing Maelstrom will connect. Finn goes down almost. In the end, he will fall. Schalke get their second kill. Dragon goes down on the other side.
Yeah,
those stacks. Woolite here trying to trade onto Abadage as he steps forward. Vander in the bush, but Trick, Ignar, and Upset are on their way. Vander misses the binding. Abadage is going to land the microstone, and now Ignar has locked up Vander underneath the tower. Rogue were looking for...
Odoamne's just doing the same thing in the bot side of the map. Now, of course, he is AP. He's not going to be able to take this as quickly, but Rogue 550 stacks. So you don't, again, want to give that gold away. Now, what Rogue is doing here is they're trading mid-priority for the Drake. They think this is fine if they can secure that mid-tower. Problem is, Schalke's going for the fight.
Woolite caught out, and here comes Odo slicing through Rogue like butter. Inspired fighting down towards the bottom side, and Woolite is still alive. Larsen's going to open up with those long-range missiles, and if Woolite can get closer, he might be able to get that kill, get those adoration stacks flowing. For now, Schalke will back away with the Dragon, with the kill, but not with many health bars.
I mean, ultimately, the longer this play extends, the more that it can turn in favor for Rogue, unless Ava can get something done here, and Schalke can trim this minion wave.
Ava trying to do what he can with the Twilight Shroud. Woolite almost knocks him out. Ava doesn't have the
I like this TP.
Here comes the TP. Odo, no flash, no ult. No way into the fight, but he can poke from range. Inspired, stunned up, Upset jumping forward, and Inspired is down. Hex flash from Ignar will just rejoin him with...
Get him the gold.
Here comes Ignar, flashes forward, looking for the fight. Glacial Prism gonna land as well, and it's all on Woolite. Watch that AD carry. Draven trying to do it all here, and he will get it! Shut down! That's 2 for Rogue, and Trick realizes he's not in the best place. He flashes away, and now here comes Woolite on the chase. Abadage still has the flank position. Ignar as well from the top could come down.
Sitting at 10,000 gold. He has enough money, I believe, to just...
to count with their hard engage tools. You're looking at Ignar, you're looking at Trick. You need to find the right targets.
And I think flanking is really important. I want to draw attention to this ward that's sitting. Look to base right now, and then set up for that flank.
Odo has the flash. Woolite in the black shield, but he's going to get stunned up, and Upset's here on the chase. Woolite has the flash. Abadage sweeps in from the side. The Schalke team and Rogue are trying to open up this bottom tier 2. Ignar and Trick on their way as well, but Larssen can just chip away at that tower. Ignar going in, the black shield used, that flank doesn't quite land. The flank is on, and now Woolite is not with the rest of his team. Vander caught out, the Soul Shackles comes down. Abadage going to dodge back, dodge forward, and he will get the kill. He's locked up in place. Finn's going to root him up as well, and here comes the damage from the Whirling Death. Down towards the bottom side, Ignar's trying to fight against Larssen, Inspired, and Woolite, but now Woolite can open up. Look at the axes, the Draven can push forward here, and here goes Trick back in. Odo slices them up. Schalke turning around, but Woolite stands up, and he takes them down, and now Ignar will get him in the end. Schalke take 5! Rogue take alive in some of these fights. He will start shredding through Rogue now.
As much as I agree with you that
from securing this first inhibitor
They're gonna go for a
tower,
flank.
and Rogue played the patient game. The pings are coming down. Odoamne does have the TP, but he's not going to use it.
Ignat has the flank position here.
for a
Odo's
champion like Draven than it does for a champion like Lucian.
But also a lot of Zhonyas have come through. Oh, look at Ignat, another flank.
Trick goes in straight onto Warlock. They almost take him down, but he uses the QSS, and the culling will not land. Inspire caught up towards the top side of the fight, and he will die. And now Rogue
With CC as Schalke has started off the Baron.
There's a second to take a breath here before the fight starts once again. Abadage doesn't have the ult, he was caught. Vander jumping in with the soul shackles, Ignat goes in, but Warlock gets the black shield immediately, and Warlock will survive for an age in this fight. Ben dives onto the back line, and Rogue take 2, and immediately turn their eyes towards the Baron. Instead, they say no, we'll go for Ignat, we'll go for the kills, we'll go for the win. Odo has to run away, and Rogue come out on top in a 4v5.
And Vander comes up clutch with the binding to save all bindings, shutting down Abadage, flashing onto the Shroud to guarantee that ultimate to allow the rest of his team to follow up was monumental. They now have all 5 members alive. They are TPing into the base. 3 members of Schalke are dead. Rogue are going to take to match point.
And so many times we credit Schalke with having excellent team fighting, but Rogue have beat them at their own game. Expertly done.
Odo's almost got ult. He's got flash as well. He's looking to jump in. He gets onto Warlock, and it might not be over yet because Warlock's dead. Rogue and Finn will take the tower. It's on Inspired and Finn to try and do this. I was there jumping away. The culling comes out from Inspired, but Finn's going to go down as well. And you spoke too soon, Venius. You spoke too soon, Frost, because Schalke are not done yet. Finn's going to go down. He will fall in the midst of the Schalke base as Schalke are fighting for their lives.
Was on cooldown, but then Rogue, they go for the base rush. They try to end the game, and while that was happening, they weren't able to do it. Odoamne, with his ultimate, was able to stop them from ending the game. They get themselves the Elder. They secure themselves the Baron. Ladies and gentlemen, this game is Schalke that have both of the major buffs. There are 2.5 minutes on both of these right now. But notice, I mean, I just came to the
just a little bit as the Baron buff minions are going to let Schalke open up this base. Rogue, of course, have only taken that mid inhib. They don't have multiple waves of supers pushing in. They went for the win, they went for the Nexus, and Schalke held them off. They made their last stand, and we'll see if Rogue can do the same in defending for these next 2 minutes.
Question is, will Rogue be able to find another fight like they did? Oh no! I never saw that!
And packaged into the fountain!
Oh my word!
Haven't broken through just yet.
So regardless of state of the map, the concept remains the same here. If Schalke get the big engage through the flank, through the Alistar, through the Sejuani, it's probably going to look great for them. If Woolite can survive that, if the fight goes longer than, let's say, 10 seconds, I think Rogue have the poke and the ability to clean it out.
Honestly, the biggest question for me is how long can the front line of Rogue even survive? Because Inspired and Vander are what Schalke have to go through. Both of them do have the zone.
There's going to be that window while you're waiting for such a critical cooldown where Schalke are going to try to force their chances.
The longest flanks in known history.
Oh, Warlock gets stunned.
He already takes a lot of damage. Warlock down to half HP on the backline, but he's still alive. Abadage goes in. Abadage goes down. But here comes Odo. He slices through them all. And Ignat's going to chase down Larson as well. Like Warlock is already done. Larson tries to flash away, but it's a quadra kill for Odo. It's a quadra kill for Odo. And Schalke win out the decisive fight.
And let's be clear here, that was a 4v5 because Ignar did not get to participate in that fight. He showed up at the very end, but that was entirely done on the back of Odoamne.
Ignar gets to participate now. He stops Finn from getting back to the base. He stops Finn from looking for the back door. And meanwhile, Upset and Trick are pushing into the base. The Nexus towers stand before them, but there's no one left to defend. And it's Odo. It's the Odo story today. The pentakill after his team put their faith in them. Schalke are now 1 game away from Athens.
Pentakill for Odoamne. And let's actually just scale a little bit more. If we get an early game advantage, they feel that they know how to use a lead better than Schalke does. But even if they fall
to individually get himself into that pit.
Oh, Warlock and Vander are not in good shape here. The charm comes out, Vander's locked up, doesn't have the flash, he's caught up, and even the Unbreakable will won't save you now. The stun lock comes out, and Trick and Schalke should be able to chase him down. They're trying to give the kill over to Abadage. He'll get it. First blood to Schalke, and now they can look for that Infernal Dragon.
Notice how the rest of the team from Rogue immediately disengage. They want to get to their waves as quickly as possible. They want to push things out so they can look to reset, and they can use their time as efficiently as possible. But this was just a mistake from the Rogue bot lane. They thought that they could gain access to the river and just clear out this vision, but unfortunately for them, manage anything in the mid lane as well. So Rogue's still in a decent spot. The gold very even. Inspired now going for a fight.
And Trick does not realize who is waiting in the wings. Woolite hops in, already one down, and Ignar short to follow. It's a double for Inspired, and the chase is on.
All of a sudden, Rogue just find themselves two very quick kills. Beautifully played. He saw the teleport come out from Woolite.
Schalke are scared.
Oh, Abadage.
This is what happens when you just throw it. Woolite jumping in, but Abadage has the flash and the Valkyrie. Vander looking for the stun. He can't get close enough. You can't just get that right hook in.
Here comes Ignar as well.
Yeah, this is bad. This is super bad. Upset teleported behind them. The Cullen came out. Vander's trying to run away. Pops the Unbreakable Will, but Woolite is already down, and now Ignar's on the chase. Blast coming from Vander straight into the waiting arms of Ignar. And Vander will be chased down. Trick gets a kill. 4-2 in favor.
The duo, their lives. Rogue do trade it for a top tier 1.
Larson goes in, Abadage, they know he hasn't got flash. It was all a bait. They set up for the play in the mid lane. Larson takes the kill. Upset's pushing in towards the bottom lane, and now mid lane will be under siege from Rogue.
No, that's actually super bad. If Abadage had survived there and he'd worked with Ignar to clear this wave, then yes, I think cross-map you can say good news for Schalke. But because in the extended play, Rogue were managing to get top, mid, and this.
And the equalizer comes down, but it's not enough to equalize the fight. A 3v1 will all...
They never try and go for these fights. They like the dance back and forth, but they might be forced into one anyway.
It's the equalizer, and Finn's caught out with a Glacial Prism. The Infernal Dragon goes down, secured by Rogue, and now Azir is trying to put that wall up, and Upset's on the chase. Already one Rogue player is down. It's Woolite who's fallen. Finn's going to try and escape at the back of the pit, and he will survive. Up towards the top side of the fight, Vander is where he's in a herd all of his own up there, looking for pastures new. And the tower will chip away at him. Ignar shakes so fast. Gleaming with one auto. Ignar takes him. And Schalke
dash away, or do we want the Tristana who can blow people back, hop to safety, and flash? But Finn?
Oh, good flash from Finn. The quickness coming out from Ignar. He will land it, and there's the knock-up as well. Upset takes the kill.
This is something that we do sometimes see, as we're now seeing once again from
Woolite. He tried to
Woolite.
predict it, but he wasn't able to land it. Odo goes down in the side lane as Inspired chases him out. Vander knocks back Trick. Abadage still on the chase here, looking to get back towards that tower. The Unbreakable Will is about to break, as Vander will start taking a little bit more damage, and it's enough. Abadage lands a final shot. And there's another kill on the board for Schalke.
So the game is descending into a bit of chaos right now as people are just randomly dying all over the map. It feels like that no one's really playing for any objective. They're just getting caught, overextending. We see it from the side of Woolite, we see it from Finn, and somehow we also see it from Odo Omne as he gets solo killed soon. I feel like that his AD carry won't be in a similar position, so these fights, I feel like that Rogue are going to want to stall against Inspired Zola.
I also think an issue is that Trick is
Ignar.
Ignar has the flag straight onto Larson. He's locked up and he's shut down. And Schalke find a fight they're looking for. TP's coming in from them as well as Rogue trying to turn it around. Trick's going to take out Woolite. Finn has the flank position here. Inspired trying to survive. We'll get away from Abadage for the moment.
Larson's TP is up. He'll be up in 20 seconds here. So he's surely going to fall.
That's the equalizer going down as well, though. The world ender popped by Finn. He's on the. He's
Or
running
he'll
away
walk it
here.
out.
He can try and walk it out. He's getting chased down in the end. He will fall, as you say, but he got it locked.
That's what dissuades Rogue to not immediately run towards Infernal and contest.
Maybe they just go for the Baron.
Yep, they're going for it.
Back of the pit, because remember in game 1 when they were caught out at the Rift Herald, when they thought Rogue couldn't spot them, it didn't really work out for them. Now the quickness has come out from Ignar. Woolite jumping away. Trick misses the Glacial Prism, but still flashes in for the chase. And here comes Larson. Upset going forward. The shuffle back from Larson, but Trick is taking up the tower. Vander coming in as well, and Upset's going to open up on him. Vander down to about half HP, and it's 1 point.
Because Schalke can't secure this mid tower, they should now finally get it. They've kind of been limited in their options in terms of how to set up for things like the Baron, and a part of me feels like by Schalke.
Remember, they can take it now.
Inspired's coming in though. Ignar still has a flank position. They're going to go off the Baron for the moment. Inspired pops to Ragnarok. The Glacial Prism lands. Inspired down. He's culled.
Nice.
And now Rogue needs to look for the fight. Odo losing to Finn up towards the bottom lane. He flashes in and he's done. Finn gets the kill. It's a 1-for-1 trade, but the jungler is down for Rogue. Stepping into darkness. Rogue know that their playoff hopes might rest on this. The charm comes out, it's Woolite, he's caught, but he jumps away, he doesn't live to survive another day. Larson needs to open up, needs to do the damage, but he's down as well, and now it's all on Finn, trying to catch out Trick, he's stun locked, he goes golden. Abadage has the damage if they can keep Finn away from the Corki. Now he's gonna run away, but he goes back in, looking for Ignar, heals up, the Infernal Chains don't quite connect. Abadage is still there, he's locked up as well, but Trick comes in with the Arctic Assault, and it's Finn, he's doing it all, it's Finn, he's 17 years old, and he is carrying this fight. It's Finn! It's Finn!
Athens alive.
And that will be the call that could make Finn's career here. They're on the Baron. He is zoning Ignar away. Trick on 12 seconds.
What a play from Finn. Incredible performance by him in his rookie season. He'll take down Ignar, and he held the line for Rogue. He would not let them die. By Schalke so many times this series, and now Rogue are the ones pushing Schalke back towards their base.
The waves aren't synced as nicely as they could be from Rogue here.
He is 7-1-3 right now. He has 4,000 more goals than Woolite. He is he's super strong. Woolite?
Oh, one shot. The equalizer comes down as well. Ignar looking for the quickness, but he's knocked back. TP's coming in. Ignar just about escapes towards the back line, but here comes Finn. Abadage coming in, has the package. Could look for Larson, he's low, but Abadage won't dive this time.
Follow-up in their comp. Sejuani ultimate into Rumble ultimate into Rakan ultimate. It's just that Rogue's re-engage ability is quite strong. Culling gonna come out from upset.
That's the unbreakable will, but the equalizer comes down as well. Vanda's just dead. He's just done. Schalke find the pick, but meanwhile in the top lane, Rogue are pushing in. Only at the tier 2.
But look at the collapse.
Schalke are collapsing in.
Can they get out?
Trick still has the ult. Abadage has the cannon barrage. Inspired flashes forward, but Abadage quick on the trigger finger with the Valkyrie. Now Odo coming in from the side, doesn't have the equalizer. Trick has his ult. Upset coming in as well. Ignar has the quickness, looking for it. They're going in. Larson tries to knock him away, but the quickness comes out. Inspired already taking down Ignar, and now the fight really erupts. Finn's gonna go into the GA, and Woolite's joined the fray. Upset trying to get away, but Woolite could do it all. Finn in a 4v1 now. Schalke find the flank, they find the fight, and they find the ace in the end.
And look at the teleports coming out from Schalke. Upset comes up clutch in that fight, doing so much damage, and Schalke finding that successful collapse onto the 3 members of Rogue. They played it patiently. They found the successful fight, and with these death timers, this could be Schalke locking their trip into Athens.
They're priming the waves. They've got Sejuani and Abadage coming over the wall. They're going to look for the end.
Schalke going for this inhib tower down towards the bottom side. The inhibitor next on the menu. It's only Vanda left alive. Inspired up in 20, but that's going to be way too long. The equalizer comes up. Vanda tries to dive in. Head first, headbutt, seeing what he can do to delay the oncoming Royal Blues. But Schalke will not be stymied. Schalke will not be stopped. Schalke will not be held back today, because they are making their way to Athens.